football season. Ranked team against unranked opponent. And we'll see if the upset can shake up the rankings in this one. Welcome to venerable Bobby Dodd Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia, home of the rambling wreck of Georgia Tech. As we'll see a squad from the ACC, the Wake Forest Demon Deacons, taking on one of the participants from last year's playoff, the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. The Yellow Jackets will kick it off to get us underway. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Back to pass. Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
I'm impressed with this defense, man, because that QB is lightning fast. You see how fast that defender was able to get to him and force the incompletion? Wow.
On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. Just not able to shake enough defenders and comes up a little bit short.
And I think a lot of times on third down, Reese, you bet on your guy. When you're an offensive guy, you say, okay, he's going to break a tackle, he's going to get north and south and somehow get the first down. Nice tackling by the defense, understanding where they had to get to and forcing the fourth down.
They are backing up their pregame words. Their first drive of the game, fourth down in their own end, and they're going for it.
There are not a lot of head coaches that I think are willing on their opening drive to go for it on fourth down, especially in that kind of field position. But this head coach ain't scared. He believes in his running back. He believes in his offensive line to go pick it up, and that's exactly what they did.
And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
The short hands, it's McCord. And that stiff arm is a weapon for this runner. He uses it and picks up a first down.
You got to give the O-line a lot of credit there because it gave the receiver time to work all the way across the field on the drag route against zone coverage. Quarterback gets it to him. He's able to turn it up and get a first down.
Unloads to the wideout. Got him downfield. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down.
He's been a matchup problem all season long. Defenses just don't know how to solve the puzzle. And with that last catch, over 500 yards receiving now on the year for him.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. Going for it all. Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. He's brought down. A short return, but the defense comes out on top with a pick.
This offense knew coming into this game it was not going to be easy throwing against this defense. They're at the top of virtually every major statistical category when it comes to pass D, and the quarterback just found out the hard way, throwing a pick on the opening drive.
Leaves it with the running back. Gets him away from trouble. That's a pickup of 6. Mark it at the 10.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
And the Yellow Jackets can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Second down, they'll go to the air. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Oh, it's picked off. A rare mistake from this guy. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Not the start this kid was looking for. Very first pass of the day gets picked off. This is a defense that's got a lot of ball hawks on the back end, and he's got to be real careful with his eyes, not telegraph throws like he did right there. He's going to have to settle in.
Wake Forest has it back, and here comes the Deacon offense. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did on the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Wants to go up top. Under fire. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss.
Well, he did what he was coached to do, and he threw it away, but you can see he's frustrated with himself. He knows he's one of the fastest quarterbacks in the country, and I think he's wishing he had that play back, because he might have been able to take off and scramble, and who knows what could have happened for the offense.
On third down, he drops to throw. Might be looking to run. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down. And they decide to trot out the kicker. He'll try to put one down the boulevard from 42 yards out. Oh, that one will leave a mark. No good. Guys, after the miss, no change in the score.
Well, the upright playing the 12th man on defense, knocking that ball down. It looked like it had a chance to be good.
The Rambling Wreck offense rolls back onto the field. They turned it over with an interception on their first drive of the game. We're still looking for our initial points of the game. That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Well, they're just trying to run the ball, but that time there was absolutely nowhere for the running back to go, and as a result, that's a tackle for loss.
A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Quick with the spin move. It's a fumble. The defense grabs the football, and there he goes. He almost popped out of there for a huge return, but they will take it. They are in business after the fumble recovery. Great place to start for this offense. They'll start this drive going to the air. Looking for a huge play. He's got it. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Wake.
Man, that's a play this kid has been running ever since he was 7 years old at the park with his best friend, throwing him go routes right down the field. I'm running by a guy, I'm looking back, locating the football, making the catch, and he does it in a big moment here in this game.
They get set for the point afters. We have the first score of the game. And the PAT makes it 7-0. That drive not too taxing on the playbook. One play, put it in the end zone just like that. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And as the ball makes its way into the end zone, it'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Georgia Tech has the ball back, and here comes the Yellow Jacket offense. That last fumble proved to be costly as they cashed it in for a touchdown.
Yeah, and so this defense now is juiced. They're excited and ready to go. So this offense, David, they've got to get something going.
Yeah, those turnovers can be contagious, man. It gets you excited, and then when your offense takes it down the field and does something with it, this offense better be ready to play against a motivated defense.
The Yellow Jackets in a good spot here with 2nd and short. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down.
Tell you what, that was a lightning-fast decision. You could tell he knew what he wanted to do right away. Makes the decision, but maybe his footwork wasn't a little bit good, and the pass wasn't where he wanted to put that thing. I know that.
And the Yellow Jackets come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. They'll go to the air on 3rd and short. Just a short pass to the tight end. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the 1st down.
That was a 3rd down this offense absolutely had to have. They're already down in this game, and so on 3rd down, you've got to find a way to win. And it's a nice job in the one-on-one, running a good route, creating some separation, quarterback throwing on time, and this offense stays on the field.
On the line, and he'll slide to avoid the hit. A nifty pickup there.
Nice job by the QB, sitting back in the pocket. You can tell he wants to throw the football, go through his progressions. Nothing home, take off, and slide. I love this slide at the end. Don't take a big shot.
The Yellow Jackets can really attack on this 2nd and short. Looking to the big tight end. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
Love the physicality of the secondary on defense. That defender got to the football, was able to separate the receiver from the ball, and did it legally. Beautiful job.
And the Yellow Jackets are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. And boy, is he close to that 1st down, maybe just a couple of inches short. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They're in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, and this is why you have a prominent jawline and an urgent resolve. They'll go for it. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down.
Well, going for it and getting it on 4th down, close to midfield, I think just gave this offense a ton of momentum. I'm curious to see what they're going to do here. Maybe take a shot and see if they can really seize and capitalize on all this good mojo now going their way.
The Yellow Jackets are marching down the field. Looking downfield on 1st down. Fires to the big fella. Breaks into the open. And this defense was flailing as he weaved his way and got down to the 26.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
Beautifully in on the crosser. And he gets it down to the 4-yard line before he's finally stopped. A terrific run after the catch. We've come to the break, and it's Wake Forest holding the lead. And we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game in the 2nd quarter. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
Quarterback just has to be more aware of the situation. 1st down, goal-to-go situation. You cannot take a sack. So the QB, if no one's open, you got to make sure you're throwing that ball out of the end zone and helping your offense out.
Looking to fire. Forced out of the pocket. That's it fly. Touchdown, Georgia Tech. Quick strike through the air for the score.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason
be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. The Wake Forest offense returns to the field. They saw what happened on that last scoring drive, and now probably feeling a little bit of heat to answer. And it looks as if he'll pick up maybe a couple.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
And not much going on downfield. You just get rid of it and live to play another down.
And that goes down as incompletion, but that's a smart play. And the QB coach and the OC will be very happy with the decision of the quarterback. He got outside the pocket. He obviously was so he's outside the tackle boxes. He knew he could throw it away as long as he got it past.
Makes the grab down the left side. Flips the field in an instant, and he has it down to the 25-yard line.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate. And you tell them, they'll get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
Second down coming up. Back to pass. Looking for the end zone. Picked off.
And if you're the quarterback, you might want to stop throwing that guy's way. I mean, you knew coming into this game, David, he's one of the best corners in the entire country. He's already been picked off twice now. He is literally living in this quarterback's head rent-free.
It's so nice to have a guy like this that can cut off half the field, because now you can put resources elsewhere. He's proven, if you try me, bad things are going to happen.
He needed that extra space as he banged his way to the 14.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
And the Yellow Jackets with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Rides to back and leaves it. Nudges ahead for one out to the 16.
Well, I think the defense is expecting here on third down that this running back's going to get it again. Got it on first, had a nice carry, got it on second. Now he set him up in third and short. You've got to be physical here and make sure this guy goes backwards.
Off play action. Finds his tight end. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34.
And that's why play action is going to be big in this game. You saw him just freeze the second level of that defense just for a second and allowed the tight end to work himself vertically down the field. But how about this guy after the catch, right? So hard to bring down. What a weapon.
The Yellow Jackets will line it up on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Pulls it in. It's Johnson. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
And listen, I know that wasn't a huge gain. It was positive, but I like doing more of that in today's college football. I'm just going to try to give my playmakers a chance to do damage in space away from all the big boys inside.
They're dealing with a second and long. Now on the option. He'll pitch it. Got enough for the first, and he's still going. Just what they needed, an explosive play in the running game, and they're out to the 49-yard line before he goes out of bounds. And the Yellow Jackets have their offense in high gear. To the air on first down. Pocket breaking down. Complete to the left. And a nice grab there. Big pickup down to the 35-yard line.
Well, you're seeing the balance this offense has and how they can create explosive plays in a variety of ways. We just saw one come in the run game, and now you see one coming in the passing game. I'll tell you, they've got this defense on their heels.
Caught in the backfield, it's Clark. Knocked down at the 25-yard line. Picked up 10 there and gets a first down.
That wide receiver on the outside is dangerous. When you're playing zone coverage, it's really hard because you're not chasing him. You can't really get hands on him. You got to make sure you send more guys his direction. Maybe slide those linebackers toward that wide receiver so you got a little more help on the outside.
The Yellow Jackets started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. Wants to throw on first down. Lets it fly. Right on the money. They kept him out of the end zone, but not before he gets it to the 1-yard line, and it'll be first and goal.
Man, this guy's going to need some water when he gets to the sidelines. They've been putting him to work on this drive, right? We've seen him toting the rock with success. Now you're seeing him get involved in the passing game, too. They are highlighting his versatility here on this drive.
The 5.
It's just a tremendous effort on defense, understanding the situation, right? Offense has the ball in a goal-to-go situation. Someone's got to win and go get the quarterback, and the defense came up big.
They lost ground on first down. Now second and goal from the 5. He'll run it up the middle, trying to pick his way to the end zone. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on second down, this little third to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
Well, they've gotten it down to the 3, but now it's third and goal. Trying to barge their way in. He did not make it a stone wall on third down.
Fourth down here. It's still early in the game. I'm not chasing points. Take the field goal, pay this drive off.
And they have analytical cards nowadays that says the exact situation, what the score is, do you go for it or not? Look at the card, make the decision.
The kicker looks a little disappointed. He'll not come into the game. They'll go for it on fourth and goal from the 4. Fires to the end zone. Oh, he makes the play. It's intercepted.
Man, another mistake by this. Listen, he is an elite quarterback. He's really, really good. He's pressing too much. Jesse, the #1 job of a quarterback, you better protect the football. I don't care how good you are, you better protect it.
Yeah, you just got to take what the defense is giving you, and I agree, David. It looks like right now he's trying to force the big play instead of just checking it down or throwing away. He's got to do a better job working through his progressions right now. He's got tons of talent. He's making bad decisions.
He's going to throw it from his own end zone. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Well, they hooked up already once for a score today, so the quarterback's going back to him again, deep down the field, but it falls in.
Now second and 10 from their own 1, and they need just a little space if they can find it. From his end zone, he'll have to get rid of it. That's caught. It's Cobb. He picks up 4. That'll leave them with third and 6. Referee signals timeout as the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. And Picking up the first down will be nice here, but also important. Get some cushion for the punt team. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down.
Well, we know this offense hasn't been able to get it going on the ground so far in this game. Now they're trying through the air, but give this defense credit. They've got a really good game plan. They've got all 11 guys on that side of the ball executing perfectly. Fantastic job in the back end that time, being in position and making sure that thing fell incomplete.
Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. Off play action on 1st down. Still looking on the move. He's going to run it. Oh, he's got some space. Knocked out of bounds. They're in the red zone. Mark it at the 17, and they are set up.
Well, I think you're starting to see some examples of why this guy is inexperienced than a freshman quarterback, right? Obviously, he's thrown a couple picks earlier in the game. That scramble right there, he's got to get down. He's got to take care of himself and slide. Great job, nice athleticism, good decision to take off scrambling and help his offense, but you really are seeing his inexperience shine through here in this game.
The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Down to the 18-yard line. It's 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Looking left. He's got it. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets.
And the offense breaks the tie, takes the lead, gains some momentum. How big is this, Palmer, now? Going into the half with the lead, with the momentum.
Well, they break the tie, but they also break their confidence a little bit now. The opponent now has to go into the locker room probably down, and they're wondering, what adjustments do we have to make? What do we have to fix? Because we've got our work cut out for us in this game.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds in the first half. They'll run it from the gun. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. The Demon Deacons will boot it away to start the second half. He'll bring it out. It's Allen. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. Georgia Tech offense rolls back onto the field. They start this third quarter with the lead, but they might want to think about shoring up that protection.
Yeah, the good news is you're leading on the scoreboard. The bad news is your quarterback doesn't feel like it because you can't protect him. So, David, adjustments in pass protection, that has to be something they were talking about here at halftime.
100%. Just you can't get him hit that much. He's still doing a good job delivering the football, but if you keep hitting the quarterback enough, man, they'll start to see ghosts, they'll panic, and they'll make some of those mistakes.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Buys a little time. Trying to make magic with his feet. How about this sophomore learning when to just do it himself?
This is the most annoying thing in the world for a defense, is when you start to play all these plays and all these pass concepts and routes, and then you let the quarterback get outside the pocket, and he takes off, and he gets a first down. Like, so much to defend. That is the hardest thing to defend, because you don't know where it's going to happen on the field and when it's going to happen.
It'll be a 1st and 10 from the 29. Fires to the tight end. Still on his feet at the 45. And that one looked as if it might go all the way, but they picked up more than 40 yards before the touchdown-saving tackle.
What a weapon this guy is, right? In the tight end position, not only can he get open, he can run away from people after the catch. He's a big dude, so he's hard to bring down anyway, but the speed is what makes him different.
They'll try the right side. Find some fresh air. There he goes. Touchdown, Georgia Tech. And they add 6 more on the board with that trip to the house.
This is a guy that put a lot of pressure on himself coming into this season. He felt like he was ready to have a breakout year. He knew he had all the tools in the toolbox to be able to get it done, and he's showing it. That's his 10th rushing touchdown on the season.
Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Wake Forest has it back, and here comes the offense. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. They'll keep it on the ground. Fights off a defender. Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
Definitely been tough sledding for this guy, especially in the first half. They gave him the ball a bunch, but they just don't have a ton of yards on the ground to show for it at this point. That looked like a pretty good run, though. You just wonder maybe in the second half, if they keep giving him the football, it may start paying some dividends.
Wants to go up top on first down. Going for the big play. Catch inside the 30 and still running. They are finding soft spots in this defense. He's got it down to the 25.
You know, there's a lot of communication when it comes to defenses. Like, you have to talk, have to understand if somebody does this, I have to do this. I have to pass off wide receivers. Apparently, the communication was busted.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Looking to fire. Oh, they're after him.
Oh my fucking God!
Time today. Picked up a few extra on that return, though. to get the football.
And we've called his name a lot, and that's interception number 6. That's 6. He just continues to find ways to find the football and make plays for this defense.
The Rambling Wreck offense rolls back onto the field. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute there.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Back to pass. Quickly complete. This guy runs with some attitude, discarding tacklers and works his way to the 19. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Bunch formation for these receivers. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Finds his man. It's Powell. They stay aggressive and push their way out through the 33, and it's 1st down.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
And the Yellow Jackets with the 1st and 10. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Got room to work.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Got 3 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 7. Wants to go up top. Quarterback now breaking the field. How about this sophomore learning when to just do it himself?
Obviously, this quarterback is a huge part of their rushing attack, and you've seen that early in this game. He's been very, very productive running the ball. Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes it's on scrambles like what you just saw, but with his speed, he makes it so difficult on a defense.
And a big play on the outside. What a job to keep those feet in bounds and get the completion.
I love when you back the defense off. If you want to get aggressive, I'll take shots down the field, make the defense play more conservative, and now what? Now you're in the red zone with a chance to get some points.
Here's a heat. Ball is loose. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover. I guess in this case, the scramble giveth and the scramble taketh away, and the ball was taken away.
And I'm not sure if he just didn't see an open guy downfield or if his receivers didn't do a good enough job on the scramble rule getting open. But at the end,
he lobs one high down the left side. He's got it on.
Finally, that's all I fucking wanted. That corner's been getting beat all game, bro. Holy shit. Thank you.
Job working the route, getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
PAT unit on the field. And with the extra point, they're down a touchdown, 21-14. If only it were always this easy for the offensive coordinators. One play, big chunk yardage, put points on the board just like that. He'll bring it out. It's Allen. Stopped at the 26, brought it out of the end zone, picked up an extra yard. opening play of this drive comes from the 26-yard line. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. Surges across the 30, out to the 32, a 6-yard run.
Well, we're not quite in the fourth quarter yet. We're almost there, but you're seeing the attitude shift now for this offense. They've got the lead, so they've got to be able to run the football. You're going to see a lot more of that, I think, as this game keeps going on. They're trying to wear this defense down when the game is almost over.
Finds a tight end, and he'll get it up to the 38. It'll be a first down.
And I like easy, not complicated, quick little out routes for my tight end that I know I can get a positive gain, keep me ahead of the sticks, and put me in a good situation.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Wants to adjust the pattern. Looking to throw on first down. Spits it out to the back. Down the seam. Quick step and go. There he goes. They're able to keep him out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2 after the big play in the passing game. Guys, we've reached the end of the quarter, and Georgia Tech has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Here comes the fourth. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. Trying to power it in. And he takes it in for a score. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets! They add on another one, and they're about to push their record to 5-1.
I like the aggressive play calling by the offensive coordinator on that drive as well. There are a lot of coaches that would have played it very conservative, very close to the vest, run the ball, and punt it away, count on your defense. Not this guy. He was going to take some shots, count on his own guys to get it done. And now with that touchdown late, they've got a 2-possession lead.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take him in. This drive will start at the 25. Wake Forest has it back, and here comes the Deacon offense. Boy, that last touchdown, the one-play quick strike scored Jesse this up. Turning it on. Got the first down. Looking for more. All the way out across the 45-yard line. Mark it out of bounds at the 46. And the Demon Deacons, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. Looking downfield on first down. Got a man. It's Cobb. Makes the grab almost to the first down marker, but a good pickup on that one.
Well, here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. The Demon Deacons are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Wants to throw on 3rd down. Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. And it's picked off for the 4th time today. Bringing it back. He'll finally go out of bounds, but he was showing off all the skills after that interception.
It doesn't get any better for your defense. You know exactly the situation in the 4th quarter. Everything in your favor. Don't let them make big plays. How about you make a big play? Nice job getting the interception. It's not icing on the cake yet, but it's getting pretty close.
Wide receiver going in motion. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Going to try to get it himself. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first
it's not just the arm. We've seen that today where he's picked them apart, put up some yardage, put on some touchdowns. Also showing you he can do it with his puppies. Taking off, running, getting the first down. Nice scramble. He's shown you a little bit of everything today.
Throws for the tight end. Got his man downfield. Touchdown, Georgia Tech. And they take it in for 6 more points. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row.
Nice job on the route and catch by the tight end scoring that touchdown. And it doesn't matter what play this offense calls. All game long, everything has been working. This has been a master class in offensive productivity.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Wake Forest offense returns to the field. He threw a pick the last time they had it. Now they have to take care of the football. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. He gets it past the 30, and they'll get him out of bounds at the 32.
Well, you got to give the defense a lot of credit on this play because they were doing a nice job understanding who had the football and where they were. So a nice job by the defense rallying around that ball carrier and now not giving up the first down.
Handoff from the gun. Shakes off the defender. He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. And they got to get more creative, but whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it, but
He'll loft one deep down the left side. Makes a catch at the 20. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Demon Deeks. Like a Thanksgiving turkey. They're just being carved. No shot. They have no idea how to get in this quarterback's head.
He's on fire. Everything he's doing is working defensively. We got to figure something out. We got to try to do something a little bit different. Bring more pressure. At this rate, shoot, he's on so much fire, you might as well just send everybody. Blitz everybody, live with the results, because everything else ain't working anyways.
And they add the extra point to finish the drive. They still have work to do, trailing by 2 possessions here in the fourth. They'll line up for the onside kick. Don't think that one made it 10 yards before they got the eager paws on top of it, and the flags will fly. They were trying to steal a possession to draw a little closer in this game, but the ball didn't go 10 yards, so they'll take over the football with the lead. Quarterback will keep it. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
well, this quarterback has had a lot of success burning this defense with his legs. That time, though, there was nowhere to go. Give the defense credit. They won their one-on-ones up front. Tremendous speed getting to him and bringing him down for a TFL.
Back to pass on second down. Got a man. It's Clark. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Yellow Jackets come to the line on third and short, trying to convert here. On third and short, they'll try to convert through the air. Blasted as he lets it go. Wide open downfield. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down.
Man, what a throw. Under duress, getting hit as passes you've thrown. He's been sacked several times today. I love how he continues to hang in the pocket and make plays for this offense.
And that big gainer on the last one has them threatening from inside the 10. Sends it back in motion. The inside handoff. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense understanding, listen, that QB is a threat, and they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker to the ground.
They keep pushing forward, now back to work on 2nd and goal from the 6. Looking to fire. Lets it go to the end zone. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets! Quick strike through the air for the score. No midseason concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead.
And how about it? Everyone getting involved, getting the big tight end involved. This offense has done an unbelievable job scoring points. This defense has had no answers. Just keep it rolling offense.
And he'll bring it out of the end zone. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Wake Forest has it back, and here comes the offense. Looking to throw on 1st down. Looking deep down the right side. Makes the grab on the big throw. Touchdown, Demon Deacons. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And I think in the pre-snap, I think both of these guys were on the same page. They had a look defensively that let them know we can pitch this thing way down the field. I'm going to go run under and make a big play for it.
Yeah, and when I'm the receiver, I'm like, I'm open, right? I'm going straight down the field. Throw me the football. I got the speed. I can beat this guy. You can tell they've done that so much in practice. They knew it was second nature, and they executed it perfectly.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Allen. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Georgia Tech has the ball back, and here comes the Yellow Jacket offense. To the air on 1st down. Quickly to the tight end. And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the 1st down.
You see a lot of offenses late in the football game with the lead get conservative. I like they didn't. Like, they trusted the passing game. You're going to get looks that you know what they are. Defense has to be aggressive. You know, they have to be aggressive because they're down. They've got to get to the quarterback. They've got to get stops. Nice job throwing the football, though.
You open a drive like that, and you've got some operating room. It's 1st down from the 38. Now adjusting. Trying to escape and get it himself. Finds a little bit of room and finally wrestled out of bounds at the 43.
And because of the success that this quarterback has had early in this game running the football, if I'm the coordinator calling plays, I'm dialing up his number more. Designed runs, and also telling him on the sidelines, hey, listen, remember, if it's not open, take off. Just go get it yourself. They don't have an answer for you right now, and this is a big key for us to win this game.
You got to love how they just continue to do what they do. It's the 4th quarter. You got a lead. There's no reason to get conservative. We're a passing offense. Great job on 1st down. Better job on 2nd down. This offense continuing to stay in a rhythm.
And the Yellow Jackets come to the line with a new set of downs. Wants to throw on 1st down. Caught in the backfield. It's Clark. And he was greeted by a host of defenders and barely gets it back to the line of scrimmage. Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. He'll take it himself. And some room to work. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it up to 34.
Man, it's so nice to have a QB that can do that can run and make plays when you need it. Late in the football game, trying to run this clock out, preserve the win. He picks up the big first down and keeps the clock moving.
The Yellow Jackets back to the line on 1st down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. Quarterback keeps it.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
You got to believe they just want to run it, take care of the football, and keep that clock moving on 2nd and 9. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. Breaks into the open. He gets the job done, picking up the 1st down, then getting down.
I think a big key in this team's success today has been their ability to run the football. They've been able to just hand it off and go churn out yards. They've had this defense on their heels all game long. It's given them a big cushion in this game so far. Let's see if they can keep it up.
And the Yellow Jackets kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. The give. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
When we get to the offseason and they start having coaching clinics, they're going to roll this game tape back to show both offenses.
Dial it up and let it run. I mean, that's essentially what we saw in this game. It didn't matter what either offensive coordinator was calling. Everything seemed to work through throwing the football in the intermediate passing game, the RPOs, the run game. David, this was just clinical offensive football.
And offenses have evolved so much. They can do so many different things, and they know how to use their playmakers, get speed and space, make those big plays. So that's why offenses are ahead of defenses. In this game, it was no different.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.